Gas stations are supposed to be safe havens on the road. They're places you stop when you're tired, low on fuel, or just running out of options. But some gas stations, they don't feel right. They're lit, but eerily empty. Open for business, but disturbingly silent. And the people who stop there usually realize one thing: far too late, they've stopped at the wrong place. It was just after 2 a.m. when my car's fuel warning light flickered on. I was driving through one of those long, desolate stretches of highway where the road feels endless and the darkness presses in from all sides. My GPS said the next gas station was over 40 miles away. I knew I wasn't going to make it. And that's when I saw them. Lights. A gas station appeared ahead, glowing softly in the distance. 2 pumps, a small building. Everything looked normal, almost welcoming. I slowed down, relieved, and pulled in. But the moment I turned off the engine, a weird feeling washed over me. The place was too quiet. No music. No hum from the coolers inside. Just the faint buzz of fluorescent lights and the sound of my engine ticking as it cooled. I checked my GPS again, just to see where I was. There was nothing there. No road name, no location marker. Just an empty, black map. I told myself it was just bad reception and got out to pump my gas. The pump worked. The numbers on the gallon counter rolled up like normal. But when I glanced at the price display, it was frozen. The gallons kept climbing, but the price stayed at 0. Inside the small building, a clerk sat behind the counter. He was an older man with a baseball cap pulled down low over his eyes. He never looked up, not once. I went inside to pay and rang the bell on the counter. The sound echoed far louder than it should have. The clerk flinched, then slowly reached under the counter. He slid a piece of paper towards me without ever making eye contact. It was a receipt, but it had no address, no station name, no city, just a date and a time that was 40 minutes I had even arrived. I asked him where I was. He finally spoke, his voice raspy. "You shouldn't stay long." As he said it, I noticed something in the reflection of the glass behind him. Another person, standing right behind me. I spun around. No one was there. When I turned back, the clerk was gone too. The lights flickered and died. I didn't even finish fueling. I just got in my car and drove. The road felt wrong afterward, curving when it should have been straight. Familiar signs were just gone. The next morning, I searched online for that station. It doesn't exist. But I did find something else. An old local news article. It was about a gas station fire years ago. No survivors. Same stretch of highway. Same exact mile marker. I stopped at the gas station because it was the only one open. The sign said open 24 hours, but the parking lot was empty. No cars, no trucks, it's just me. As I fueled up, a man stepped out from behind the building. Tall, thin, wearing a hooded jacket, even though it wasn't cold. He didn't approach right away. He watched the road. Then he looked at me and said, "You shouldn't leave yet." I laughed awkwardly and told him I was just getting gas. He shook his head slowly. "Not yet." I asked him why. He didn't answer. He just stared down the highway, eyes wide, like he was listening for something. I finished fueling and got back in my car. He walked closer to my window. "Please," he said quietly. "If you go now, it'll see you." That's when I noticed his hands were shaking. I asked what he meant. He leaned closer. "It waits for engines." I turned the key. The engine started and immediately stalled. I tried again. Nothing. The man stepped back. "Too late," he whispered. From the darkness beyond the station lights, I heard movement, not footsteps. Something heavier. The man ran. Not away from the road, into the darkness. My engine finally turned over. I didn't look back. I drove until sunrise. When I checked the news later that day, there was a report. A man was found dead near that gas station. Cause of death unknown. No signs of struggle. They said he'd been standing on the road for hours, waiting. I stopped at a gas station just before midnight. The clerk looked nervous the moment I walked in. His eyes kept flicking toward the security monitor behind the counter. I asked him if everything was okay. He hesitated, then said, "Don't look behind you." I laughed, assuming he was joking. He wasn't. I paid quickly and turned slightly just enough to catch my reflection in the glass cooler doors. I wasn't alone. Someone was standing directly behind me. So close, I should have felt their breath. I turned around. Nothing. I asked the clerk what he saw. He swallowed hard and turned the monitor toward me. The camera showed me at the counter and someone else, tall, thin, standing inches behind me. But in the reflection, I was alone. The clerk reached under the counter and shut the screen off. "You need to leave," he said. I ran to my car and drove off. A week later, curiosity got the better of me. I went back during the day. Different clerk. I asked about the cameras. He frowned. "We don't have footage from that night," he said. "It erased itself." Then he added something I'll never forget. "And you weren't alone when you came in." I asked what he meant. He said, "The cameras always show to people. Some places aren't dangerous because of what lives there, but because of what they remember. Gas stations are meant to be temporary. A few minutes, a full tank, and then you're gone. But the stories you just heard remind us of something unsettling. Not every place forgets you when you leave. Some places notice patterns: who stops, who hesitates, who looks back one last time before pulling away. And sometimes that's all it takes. If you're driving tonight and you see a light in the distance, ask yourself one question before you slow down. Is it a place that's open or a place that's waiting? Good night.